Hey guys, welcome. Hey zombies, welcome to my YouTube channel. Hey zombies, welcome to the Conjurer's Table YouTube channel. If you're wondering what the difference is between the Prisma Visions and the Light Visions Tarot, stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome to the Conjurer's Table. I am here with an unboxing today of the Prism Visions and the Light Visions Tarot that I bought. So let's open this up and see what we got today, shall we? Got my scissors here. It's like Christmas! Look at that! So this is what's inside the box. Now let's go through. So of course the first thing we get inside this box from James R. Eads shop is just an invoice of what I purchased. And then we get this little card here that says Prisma Visions, Tarot Cards, and Other Mystical Goods by www.prismavisions.com, created by James R. Eads. Oh, and then on the back it says, Past lives are perfect portals. And then we get this card here that's simply a thank you card. Very pretty looking. Very awesome. Feels nice too. Very smooth. And these are the two tarot decks. This box over here. Beautifully wrapped. So here's one deck. Very cool. And here's the other deck. Awesome looking. Now let's see which one's which. Ooh, the wrapping's kind of cool. It's like, it has paper and then it's like very, I don't know, they're both very fine pieces of paper. Oh look, this is kind of like really loose wrap. Underneath it is thinner paper. So this, oh my god, this is beautiful. So this is the Prisma Visions. Just look at that seal and that box. I'll show you what the back looks like. And on the back, it shows you some of the cards, and as you see, when you put them together, they form things. So on the back, we have the Fool, the Star, the Lovers, the Strength, and then we have the 8 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords, and Page of Swords that all together in a row create a picture of this beautiful looking, oh, okay, maybe not so beautiful as a picture of a bird about to eat a guy. And then, but it's still a very beautiful photo. And then we have the Justice card, the Moon, the Sun, and the Magician. And it says, the Prisma Visions Tarot, a set of cards to ease your mind. 79 card deck, illustrated by James R. Eads. Oh, haha, James R. Eads, but together it spells James Reads. Includes a 100-page guidebook. So this is the Prisma Visions here. And that came in this wrap with the eyes on it. And the second one is the Light Visions Tarot. This actually came on paper that's a little bit thicker, whereas the second one came in like 2. Now let's see what the Light Visions Tarot is all about. So it pretty much actually looks beautiful. Like this is what the two look like together, side by side, in their wrap and their boxes. So as you can see, one's more colorful and the other is more of a sepia tone. And then on the back of the Light Visions Tarot, it shows the exact same cards, the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, and the Empress. That's different from what was shown on the back of this one. And then in the row, forming kind of like a scene, is the Ace of Chalices, 2 of Chalices, 3 of Chalices, and 4 of Chalices. But that's cool, because when you put those together, those also create a picture or an image altogether. And then at the very bottom, it says Temperance, the Devil, Tower, and the Star. And then it says, the Light Visions Tarot, a set of cards to ease your mind. 79 card deck illustrated by James R. Eads. Includes a 100-page guidebook. So let's open these up and see what's inside. And let's compare them. Okay, so I'm going to try and open this up without ripping anything or damaging the box. There we go. Oh, that's kind of sad. The seal of authenticity was on the outside of the wrapper. I kind of wish it was on the box. I want to get it off without... Oh, there we go. Yes! Look at that! I was able to get it off! Okay. So, I'm actually going to set this on the side here. And now let's open the Light Visions Tarot. Okay, so let's open these up and do a comparison. Okay guys, so now let's do a quick unboxing and comparison between the Prisma Visions and the Light Visions tarot decks. So let's start with the Prisma Visions. So what I like about the box is it's actually a nice little kind of flip box. And, ooh, same thing with the Light Visions. Look at that. Ooh, the books are very awesome looking. So let's put them this way so we can see a difference. So I love how the books are. They both come with this guidebook. This is the Prisma Visions and this is the Light Visions. And as you can tell, they are very different, but somewhat similar at the same time. They both have the eye in the middle, and they both have that squiggly kind of thing around it, but kind of different. This one's a little bit more busier and this one's a little bit more spread out. And I kind of like this thing that's going on around the eye. And they both have the same thing on the side. The Visions Guide, Catherine Toombs and James R. Eads. Let's take a look at the inside of this and see. So it says the Visions Guide, and inside the guide we have a note from the creator, getting to know the deck, conducting a reading, the Major Arcana, the Magic of Wands, the Ballad of Chalices, the Song of Swords, the Rise of Pentacles, and about the author. And then in the Light Visions, the Visions Guide, and we have, oh, the same thing. A note from the creator, getting to know the deck, conducting a reading, the Major Arcana, the Magic of Wands, the Ballad of Chalices, the Song of Swords, the Rise of Pentacles, and about the author. Now, the box on the inside actually has an inscription, and they both read exactly the same. The Fool believes he is someone who is not wading through waters for something unsought. The magician plays tricks in the dark of the night, refracting the light of all future sight. A set of cards to ease your mind, revealing a past, present, and future combined. That's really cool. Anyway, so that's what says on the inscriptions of both. Then, as you can see, the decks are actually very different. So with the Prisma Visions, ooh, look at this. Oh my god, it's silver! That is beautiful! So in the Prisma Visions, ooh, this deck actually feels amazing. So in the Prisma Visions, we actually start off with the Fool card. I'm actually going to move these out of the way here. Set that there. Close that box. Oh, okay. No, so it was given to me upside down. So it's the same thing. The Fool card is the first card of both decks. But what it looks like is they're going to be the exact same deck, just obviously one is in sepia tone and one is more in this bluish tone. So let's take a look. Oh, what I noticed on the side of the Light Visions, it's gold, and then on the side of the Prisma Visions, it's silver. That's beautiful. Now let's go through each deck here. The first card we have here is the Fool. And as you can tell, that's what they look like. And that's what the backs look like. So this is what all the backs are going to look like of the light vision, and then this is what they look like on the back of all the Prisma vision. Then next here we have the Magician. Very beautiful deck. Then we have the High Priestess. Okay, so I guess they are a little bit different in both decks. You see here in the Prisma vision, or in the Prisma visions here, the person walking actually is a little bit further away than the one in the Light Visions tarot. Same concept, just a little bit different. So I guess there are some minor changes. Oh, and the moon in the back, look at that. You see more of it here than you do here. Here it's cut off. And then next here we have the Empress. Oh, there are definitely differences between the decks. Look at that. So here it looks more like we have a earthy element. Well, actually no, kind of more of like a painterly vision of the Empress in the Prisma visions. And then here in the Light visions, we have more of a Earth Mother, if that makes sense. So that's what they look like side by side of the Empress. And then next here we have the Emperor. Yeah, so there's definitely a difference here between the cards of the Emperor in the Prism Visions and then Emperor in the Light Visions. And what they look like side by side. And then next we have the Hierophant. Prisma Visions. The Light Visions. And side by side. And then next we have the beautiful dancing lovers. So we have the Prisma Vision lovers. Light Visions lovers. And side by side. And next we have the Chariot. Oh, notice how in the Light Visions Chariot, we have the car and the dove, but we have the clouds in the Light Visions, but no clouds in the Prisma Visions, but the high beams are on, and it's a slightly different car. So that's quite interesting. And that's what they look like side to side. And next we have the Strength card. Now this is interesting because we have the exact same thing in both, just painted differently. Prisma Visions. And the Light Visions. Together. And then next we have the Hermit. Now personally, I'm drawn more to the Prisma Visions Hermit because I can see it a little bit clearer. Whereas this, it just seems way too busy because it's very kind of one tone. Well, not one tone, it's obviously two-toned, but you just have more going on, and you can see clearer because we have the juxtaposition between the dark and the light. Whereas everything here, it just seems like everything kind of blends together. So we have the Prisma Visions Hermit. And then the Light Visions Hermit. Then what they look like together. Now we have the Wheel of Fortune. Prisma Visions. Light Visions. And together. Next we have the Justice cards. Prisma visions. Light visions. And together. And this is very interesting. We have the Hanged Man. A very decapitated Hanged Man. So we have the Prisma visions. And the Light visions Hanged Man. One thing I actually liked about the Hanged Man in this is that most of the time you see the Hanged Man, he's depicted hanging upside down by a tree or just hanging upside down by a rope. But I actually like how the Hanged Man this time is decapitated for one, but he's depicted underwater. So I wonder what people will think about the difference between the two. Or what they think being underwater represents. So we have the Prisma vision, Hanged Man. And the Light vision's Hanged Man. And side by side. And now we have the Death card. I love how it's a skeleton holding a rose. To me, that symbolizes like rebirth, not just literal death of something. Whereas I see this as rebirth actually, and because this has like pieces that are breaking apart, to me it symbolizes the breaking of a cycle. So we have the Prisma and the Light visions. Together. Now we have Temperance. So this is the Prisma visions. And then the Light visions. It's interesting how in different decks, certain images are clearer in one than the other. Like sometimes the image is clearer in the Light visions, but then sometimes it's more clearer in the Prisma visions. And then next we have the Devil. We have the Prisma visions. And the Light visions. And notice how they're exactly the same, except there's leaves in one and the other, there's no leaves on the top here. So that's very interesting. And I like how the Devil is depicted through a forest, because a lot of the time when you think of horror movies, you think of like, okay, there's a demon somewhere lurking in the woods, but you don't see them, but it's just that eerie feeling of something there. Now that's the Devil cards. Now we go into the Tower, which looks like a mansion overlooking the water. It's actually the same in both. So we have the Tower and the Prisma visions. Tower and the Light visions. And then together, side by side. Now we have the Star. This is beautiful. Oh, it's different. Okay, so in the Prisma visions, it's actually flowers that are wrapping around this woman that seems to be falling, whereas in the Light visions, they're literally stars. Oh, and then as you can see, the root is like a big ball of energy. Then here it's like flowers coming out of the earth. Next we have the Moon. Prisma Vision's Moon. Light Vision's Moon. And side by side. Now we have the Sun. They're actually very different cards. So we have the Prisma Visions, the Light Visions, and then side by side. Now we have Judgment. So we have the Prisma Visions, Judgment, the Light Visions, Judgment. I like how Judgment is depicted as an open doorway to the unknown. It's like a gateway. Do we step through? Do we not? We use our judgment. And finally, that brings us to the world. And they both seem fairly the same, just one is in sepia tone, the other is in this colorful tone. Mm-hmm. Here we have the Prisma Visions world and the Light Visions world. And side by side. I don't know what the question marks mean, but I think the question mark is an extra card. I don't know, this might be the extra cards. So we have the Winged Boar in the Prisma Visions. And then the Light Visions, we have the Orchard. But both of them have a question mark. What does that mean? What does the question mark mean? So starting off, we have the Page of Chalices. We have the Prisma Visions and the Light Visions together. Next we have the Knight of Chalices. We have the Prisma Visions, the Light Visions, Queen of Chalices, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together, the King of Chalices, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together. Here we have the Ace of Chalices, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, and together. The Two of Chalices, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, and together. Three of Chalices, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, and together. Four of Chalices, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, and together. Five of Chalices, Prisma Visions, Light visions. Together. 6 of chalices. Prisma visions. Light visions. Together. 7 of chalices. Prisma visions. Light visions. Together. 8 of chalices. Prisma visions. Light visions. Together. 9 of chalices. Prisma visions. Light visions. Together. And finally we have the 10 of chalices, or cups. Prisma visions, chalices. Light visions, chalice. And together. Now we move on to the pentacles. Here we have the Page of Pentacles. Prisma visions, pentacles. Light visions. And together. The Knight of Pentacles. Prisma visions. Light visions. And together. Queen of Pentacles. Prisma visions. Light visions. And together. King of Pentacles. Prisma visions. Light visions. Together. Then we go on to the Ace of Pentacles. Prisma visions. Light visions. Together. Two of Pentacles. Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together. Three of Pentacles, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together. Four of Pentacles, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together. Five of Pentacles, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together. Six of Pentacles, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together. Seven of Pentacles, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together. Eight of Pentacles, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together. Nine of Pentacles, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together. Finally, the Ten of Pentacles, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together. Now we move on to the Page of Swords. Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together. Knight of Swords, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together. Queen of Swords, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together. And the King of Swords, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together. The Ace of Swords, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together. Two of Swords, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together. Three of Swords, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together. Four of Swords, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together. Five of Swords, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together. Six of Swords, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together. Seven of Swords, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together. Eight of Swords, Prisma Visions, Light visions. Together. Nine of Swords. Prisma visions. Light visions. Together. The Ten of Swords. Prisma visions. Light visions. Together. And finally, we have the Page of Wands. And finally, we have the Suit of Wands. Page of Wands. Prisma visions. Light visions. Together. Knight of Wands. Prisma visions. Light visions. Together. Queen of Wands. Prisma visions. Light visions. Together. King of Wands. Prisma visions. Light visions. Together. Ace of Wands. Prisma visions. Light visions. Together. The Two of Wands. Prisma visions. Light visions. Together. Three of Wands. Prisma visions. Light visions. Together. Four of Wands, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together, Five of Wands, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together, Six of Wands, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together, Son of Wands, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together, Eight of Wands, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together, Nine of Wands, Prisma Visions, Light Visions, together, and finally the Ten of Wands. Prisma Visions, Light Visions, and together. And there you guys have it, is the walkthrough between the Prisma Visions and the Light Visions Tarot. Okay guys, that was my walkthrough between the comparisons between the Prisma Visions and the Light Visions Tarot. My final thoughts? I absolutely love both decks. Each of them had their differences and similarities. I liked the texture of the cards and how they were super smooth, and actually each individual card were quite heavy, but very, very durable. I also liked how they had a gloss finish to them. And the boxes definitely were very sturdy and very beautiful. Like, come on. Super amazing. Definitely would recommend this deck to everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed my fun boxing of the Prisma Visions and the Light Visions Tarot. Make sure to stay tuned for my fun boxing of the House of Shadows Lenormand deck. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe down below. And if you have any questions or comments, make sure to hit them down below. See you guys later. Bye.